Azov held the whole of Mariupol hostage. Those who remain in the Azovstal steelworks will see the wounded treated and not killed. It may prompt some to surrender. MP Kira Ryudik, who was involved in talks regarding Ukrainian service members' surrender in Azovstal, said there was no agreement between Kyiv and Moscow on exchanging the Azovstal captives. Using blackmail to get foreign aid is one of the reasons why Kyiv has set the task to Ukraine's armed forces to defend Severodonetsk at all costs. Russia will hold a press tour for Russian and foreign journalists across liberated areas of Ukraine, including the country's east, south, and Crimea. Now the truth: the Azov regiment, like the other Mariupol defenders, did not hold the civilian population hostage. Russia has repeatedly said that the defenders of Mariupol use civilians as a human shield or hold people hostage to flee together through humanitarian corridors. None of that is true. Like the Marines, the National Guard, the National Police, and other defenders, Azov safeguarded the city and its people and repeatedly called on the authorities and the world community to save civilians. Although propaganda outlets tried to stimulate the rest of the defenders to surrender by making such statements, Ukraine's official position is different. First, negotiations are underway to rescue those remaining in the plant. Second, negotiations are underway on exchanging the 264 Mariupol defenders evacuated earlier. Third, Russia's official statements indicate completely different Russian plans regarding Ukrainian defenders, that is, convicting them of war crimes and Nazism and possibly even returning the death penalty for Nazi crimes. Therefore, overall, it does not look like Russia is going to treat Ukrainian prisoners well. This fake news arose because, in one of the recent pieces by the New York Times, Kira Ryudik was named a participant in the negotiations for the release of the Mariupol defenders. Mikhailo Podolyak, an advisor to the head of the president's office, denied media reports about the Holos party chairperson Kira Ryudik's participation in the talks regarding the evacuation of Ukrainian defenders from Mariupol. According to him, such statements only harm the fragile process at such a crucial moment. The Holos party's head wrote on her Facebook page that she was not involved in the negotiations regarding evacuations from Azovstal, saying the American newspaper's article did not say a word about it. The armed forces are defending Severodonetsk, trying to repel Russian troops from it, not because the government is using blackmail to get Western aid, but because it is a Ukrainian city. Ukraine plans on returning and protecting all of its cities. The West continues to provide us with financial, military, weapons supplies, and diplomatic aid because if Ukraine loses, Russia's next goal would be Europe. In addition, the world does not need a terrorist country like Russia to blackmail the whole world with a potential attack merely to sell energy and expand its geopolitical influence. The press tour organized by Russia is an attempt to televise a staged show that Russia is a harbinger of protection and peace in the so-called liberated cities of Ukraine. In this way, Russia will only show its domestic and foreign media a distorted picture of reality. In actuality, the occupiers have been terrorizing, torturing, interrogating, and killing civilians in the temporarily occupied cities and regions.